Hey everyone, and welcome back to Jaraci Cup 2. Gonna get started now with the semifinals of the upper bracket. Very happy about that. And we got a pretty cool match here too. It's gonna be Shrike versus AGameAnx playing as the random. Shrike is Coalition. We got our little info.txt here. If I can find it. Shrike picks his faction first as Coalition. AGame picks random and he bans the Shallows. Shrike banning Kalash Teeth and picking Firebase Krill for game 1. AGame picking Tauren and Boneyard. I think you've really got to ban Tauren if you're going to be playing against random, but I don't know. It's less of a thing in the mod, but if this was vanilla, I would definitely kind of fault him for that. But game 1, we're going to roll CVC. We know AGame likes to tell his opponent what faction he's playing, so that is going to be known information. And, yeah, I'm excited for this one. I think Shrike has he has a chance to win, you know what I mean? He's one of those players who's getting better all the time, but he does definitely have it all to do. AGame, you know, having won 3 tournaments in a row before this, or maybe 2, I can't remember. It was a lot of tournaments. Definitely the guy to beat here, so he's got the harder upper bracket semis. But if someone can do it, like if Shrike can do it, I won't be that surprised. But I still expect AGame to win this series. Shrike gonna be going for Support Cruiser first. I really like that. 7-up, in fact. It's a good build. AGame, it looks like not doing that instead. He hasn't retired. Oh, he's gonna retire his base runner now. Huh. No, wait. Yeah, he does. Okay. What's the idea there, I wonder? Maybe he'll be able to tell me what he's going for. Because if you're gonna retire your base runner for a build, I figure you ought to do it in the beginning. He didn't launch a probe or anything. Yeah, I don't know. Tell us your thought process, sir. I'm confused. Now, your boy Shrike here, Sport Cruiser finishing just about now, he'll be up on 2 base. Some LAVs are out here which could try to hunt this probe, but I don't think they're going to get it. Information is kind of gleaned here that he knows there's no Support Cruiser. He'll maybe check out the second and see kind of what we would expect. You know, there's no Support Cruiser here. Sees that. So he knows it's got to be some kind of an aggressive build, so that should trigger Shrike to be thinking defensively. If we check out his resources, yeah, he's got the money for AV Fab already, so probably just insta-click up onto that, I would say. Wait, he doesn't. He does. That was weird. I felt like there was some kind of lag there. Like, I saw him with the money and with the tech finish, but it was still grayed out. LAV's tunneling through here, but this base runner has not been kept at home. This is why I always recommend you leave your base runner at home if you're going to do SC first. This guy could actually move up here onto the high ground and get a bit of extra damage against the guys, but Support Cruisers are not really known for doing damage to units, so I don't think that's really going to matter too much. And this base is kind of in jeopardy, actually, in some ways. He will defend it, but I think he's going to take some damage on it. It's going to delay his second base mining, so definitely if he had that base runner back at home, this would have been way better for him. AGame's starting to make AVs now, and they're going to enter out onto the field before his opponents. AV Fab just now finishing, of course, for Shrike. We do have Armor 1 done as well, which is nice. And we might see a Support Cruiser follow it from him. I guess we'll see what the idea is going to be. But a turret definitely needs to be set down. I'm going to put it here. I would put it up on the high ground there. We got some derping base runner action going on here. Okay, that's good. There's a real skill in setting down base runner turrets where your base runner is, not where it's going to be. Like, you know, don't make it have to turn around and stuff. I could maybe talk about that in some video sometime, because I think that'd be pretty helpful. However, I do not think that AGame will get damage with these AVs, but he's kind of done it already in some respects. I still think he's actually a little bit behind here, though. So what's the right follow-up from Shrike? Probably fighter and gunship, and then just have enough defense that you're not going to get, you know, taken out here or something. I'd also just put power into the repairs here. If you have power in repairs, it's really hard for LAVs to kill you at all. And then if your opponent pressures on the second base with those AVs, you could put down a turret, or you can get powers of 1 or something. You've got options, and fighter and gunship is on the queue with the production upgrade done. I like it. I like it a lot. I think Shrike is playing very logically here. I really enjoy what he's doing. It was just a little bit messy with the base runner not being there to set down the turret, but other than that, really enjoying this. And he's got a defense set up here. I don't think AGame is going to push through. And now this kind of leaves AGame with all of it to do, you know what I mean? We might want to see an armor upgrade come out for Shrike, more AVs, maybe more salvagers for the third base or something, but His hold here is good, and he's going to be pressuring on that second base too, which is nice. Carrier's there. We're going to have to back away from this, but we can then pressure, you know, the main or something. So turret is there. There's a lot of AVs here, actually. Turret wasn't smoked. Probably should have been, because then if you smoke it, it can get healed while it's being shot at. And I think A-Game actually going to break through here. He's got a lot of units. Uh-oh, and we don't have heavy vehicles 1 done for Shrike either, so his AVs are kind of vulnerable. AVs from the enemy getting up on the high ground here. This is starting to look really bad, actually. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's all turning around. Ooh. Smoke's bad, too. That one's in the wrong location. Support Cruiser is going to die here, and suddenly that changes everything, doesn't it? Ooh. Exactly when Fighter and Gunship finishes too, so A-Game gets the scouting information on that if he was looking. Support Cruiser can't really be rebuilt just yet because it's going to slow down the strike, although I can see it on the queue actually there, so. A Gunship? What? Now that's a throw. There's nothing you need a Gunship for here. I'll just say that. You've got smoke it. Logistics module going to go down too, that's kind of a bitter loss as well. Second turret had to get set up, but the army wasn't even entrapped, really, so this is rough. That's too bad. It just suddenly all spiraled out of control, and that's really sad for Shrike. He, I think, had a really nice play there up until that very moment. Smoke had to come out on the turret. I think there needed to be like 1 or 2 more AVs there. If you check his resources, right? He's actually already just started building units, but he still has enough money for it. Like, he definitely could have had a couple more AVs there if he wanted them. Smoke! Smoke! Oh, this guy's gonna die anyway. There also wasn't the heavy vehicles armor upgrade, so he was having trouble fighting toe-to-toe over there. Yeah, that really hurt. And now this AV is over here on the second. This is just getting horrible. And this gunship's on the queue. They're not gonna be able to fight these AVs at all, so unless this hits for real damage, it's not gonna do anything. And this is a support cruiser fed base. I mean, that's not gonna work. Strike fighters would be way better here. Oh, and his opponent has fighter and gunship too, so the gunship's about to become irrelevant unless he can keep more strike fighters in the air than his opponent, who has got better production because his economy is better. Yeah, I think he's thrown. I think that's pretty much game over, honestly. Well, darn, man. I really wanted to see Shrike do something insane in game 1 and like actually take it, but doesn't look like it's possible. Very expert split there by AGameAnx. I don't think any salvagers died. And that's kind of what you expect if you go for gunships to harass eco. Not really going to be effective. I mean, the best players, they know how to keep these guys alive. Like, I think one of them died, maybe? No, none of them died. Literally not a one. Wait, what's going on here? Something weird is happening. But anyway. No, I think actually maybe one of them died, but that's still not worth it. And you're gonna start killing strike fighters here. These guys need to dock in a bad way. One gonna go down, second one gonna get hunted, doesn't dock in time. Another strike fighter launches actually. I don't think A-Game's aware of this. Oh, yeah, he sees it now. Might lose one though. Yeah, he loses one for it. But he's definitely got the better hanger if you look at it. We can't launch the gunship now. We know that there's anti-air there's anti-air in the form of these strike fighters that we can't deal with. We don't have the strike fighter majority. We don't have any other anti-air option on the field, so this is just going to be painful for like a long time until we can build up something that can deal with it. That's going to take a while. Meanwhile, A-Game moves up to 3 base while his opponent is on 1. Yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward a bit here because I think this game is probably, you know, pretty much decided at this point already. Base runner goes down. Strike fighter is trying to do something weird over here. They get taken out too. We're probably gonna see turret siege down here as well. Although, oh, the gunship launches. Yeah, he's gonna dock. He knows what to do there. We still don't have any other kind of anti-air though. not even starting to get teched. And so that should be a dead Sport Cruiser in just a couple moments here. We might see an anti-turret post get set up. No, that's a new base runner. Oh, it's going to have a long cooldown time. Sport Cruiser goes down 2. And yeah, Shrike going to choose that moment to surrender. He doesn't want any more of this punishment. He chooses to surrender. Gotta say, A-Game did not get the damage in at the beginning. Shrike should have been able to hold that, but he just got a little bit overconfident in his defense. And to be fair, this happens really in kind of a oppressive way sometimes, where if you have too much defense, your opponent just like pops back up off the back of it. So he has a chance to kill you, and if he doesn't, he sometimes gets ahead anyway. But I don't know, I really feel he should have held that. He should have been okay. So that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for him. Again, what do I talk about? Series mentality, right? You know, because now you're going to be going into game 2 like, oh my gosh, what can I even do then? If I go defensive, I can't even defend. Which is not necessarily true, but you might be feeling that way. Ooh, sorry for drinking on stream. It's not alcohol. I mean, drinking water on stream, but... Is it really hard to hold that? Because I feel like if he just had more AVs, he'd be okay. And then smoke the turret every time it's getting shot at. Oh, well, you're not Soban, so... No, remember, that's like the Soban thing. It's some rate per second, right? I bet A-Game knows. Or maybe it happens in, like, bursts that happen, like, once every 12 per second, yeah. That's not as much as I thought. Well, actually, that would make sense, because it takes a long time to heal up a carry. By the way, A-Game is Coalition again. You know the thing with random. Anytime you play random, you actually are playing Coalition, right? I feel like that just always happens. Shrike gonna come check this out with his probe very early here. So, oh, and he's got LAVs on the queue too, so he's definitely gonna be mixing it up here. Flies out there, sees the base runner, doesn't want to just take this fire though. Down he goes. I think there are 4 beams on a support cruiser. Right? Looks like this time the roles have changed, and A-Game actually going to be the one who gets a support cruiser. Yeah, 48 per second sounds a lot more correct. Because, like, for instance, assault ships, yeah, they do. They can actually split fire, I think. If you don't assign them, they'll, like, change who they're healing or something. But yeah, assault ships heal at, like, 20 per second, I'm pretty sure. And so, yeah, like, it's got to be more than that. Probe is coming out here. He's checking out what's going on Shrike's side. He saw the LAV. He's going to be getting LAV fab. The support cruiser's in position. He'll move out onto the second base. I think he's going to be completely fine here. Support cruiser first did not hold last game against the AV push, but it definitely will hold against LAVs. But we do have AVs on the queue. Alright. A little slow, though, I think. But they are on the queue. This is a really hard eco line to read, actually. I'm not sure what's happened here, like, how they got set up there. Because don't all of his salvagers start there? Like, how did... Wait a minute. Something's a little weird here. If you did that on purpose. But I don't know. I doubt it. We have a support cruiser coming out from Shrike now, so he's going to do a very light commit then to the AVs, if at all. No, wait, no, it's A-Game... No, yeah, sorry. He does have AV tech, and he's getting a support cruiser, yeah. So it's a very light commitment to AVs, if it's one at all. And I've talked about this before, but I think getting tech before you do support cruiser first is just a losing strategy. That shouldn't work for him. So A-Game definitely with the advantage here. Shrike knows that he sees it. Turret is already set up here, so there's no way he's going to attack this base. In fact, already getting punished a little bit for his poke. And yeah, A-Game is going to be completely fine here. Shrike also without the carrier rotation going to be a little bit awkward here. I guess it's going to work out fine. But yeah, A-Game is just ahead in eco. There's no two ways about it. Teching really aggressively into the defense there. You can see Power Reserve 1 already having been researched, but that's maybe just because he was worried about the AAVs or something like that. Wants to get some damage out of the carrier there. Fighter and Gunship is on the queue now for A-Game. It's going to be rails from Shrike. I think this is also a bad move. I think the rails are probably going to die, because if you have imbalanced eco like this, if you're going to go for, yeah, you saw that? Okay, so that's probably why you were going for defense, huh? But now you see this, you're probably just like, okay. But yeah, Fighter and Gunship here, I think it's going to do really well against the rails, and if your economy is not even, like, A-Game's ahead here in eco, right? I really think you're going to have a really rough time trying to get defense against these Fighter and Gunships. In fact, yeah, Support Cruiser probably should have been on the queue a little bit earlier for A-Game, but this is completely okay. After all, he's going to want to be making those fighters and gunships, assuming his opponent is going to do the same thing, because normally that's what you would see happen in a CBC here. And so, not having the, how do I say, like, even getting your carrier over there onto the third, you probably won't be making the salvagers until a couple of fighters are out, so. A-Game playing ring around the rosy with this LAV over here. But if he goes over there, he's going to be very happy, because he will see the railguns, and that's going to tell him a lot. Strike Fighter's still coming out of the queue. He's going to be making 5 of them. That's pretty standard, and then I imagine he'll start filling up that base while he goes out there and starts the attack. LAVs want to get in here and do something. I think this turret is going to be pretty good. Oh, no, it's not, but I think the, yeah, this AV here should be able to cover things okay. We might get a bit of damage on a Sport Cruiser. That's probably not a huge issue. Actually, he stops at 4, and then he's going to queue up a gunship, which is pretty fun. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, it's about 40 per second. Sorry, I was watching the salvager to see how fast he was healing. I wonder what the gunship is in response to. I think he just saw these rails, but I don't know. Well, convenient that we've got him on our stream then. What's the idea behind the gunship? I can't figure it out. Because I think more strike fighters is going to be better. You can just kill off a Sport Cruiser at that rate, you know what I mean? Just get 5 of them, take them out. Easy, easy. Actually, double gunship going to be on the queue here. Another strike fighter being produced as well. And this air reveal is going to be very late. So yeah, he must have seen these rails, right? LAV play. Okay, yeah. So do you think he's just going mass LAVs and then going to send the gunships out and kind of hammer on them? My thought is maybe like he saw the rails and thought, oh, so my opponent doesn't have air, so I don't need more anti-air units, so I can use gunships. But then the strike fighters, I think, at this rate are still at this stage of the game are still better. So I don't know. But double gunship is actually going to be very oppressive also against these railguns here, so this could still be a very good unit choice. If the power play comes out from Shrike and he is trying to run out here with his carrier with power reserves and stuff, and then these gunships just like kill every single one of the railguns, that's not going to stack very well for him. And A-Game being super patient with the air reveal here, but he's finally now launching. Here comes an Invisiship. Whoops, which is always a very fun thing to see in DOK. Sure. I mean, you're definitely true. You're definitely right. I'm just thinking though, did you see these railguns or no? Because if you didn't, I imagine like you'd still be worried about strike fighters being out. And if you can clear up the skimmer ball, but then or the LAV ball, but then lose all of your gunships and strike fighters because he has more numbers than you, it's probably pretty bad, right? But I don't know. At any rate, this is going to work out just fine for him. He sees the rails now. He's going to have a field day here, really. Yeah, so he might be afraid of air, but in reality, there is none of it. LAV ball is gonna just die insta. Railguns are gonna die. Everything's gonna die here, and Shrike gonna find himself on square one again. That's really rough. His opponent has more carry. Oh yeah, he just surrenders. He knows, like, at that point, yeah, it's over. There's just no way to get back from that. And he was gonna surrender. I don't know, game 1, he started so strong, but game 2, his strategy just did not make any sense, I don't think. And that's unfortunate to see. That's unfortunate to see. I've said it before, but I think Shrike is definitely on that border of top tier, but he's just not really consistent enough. But hopefully he can see what to work on from this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time.